I'm Rachel, the Good Witch of the Northeast, and welcome to my channel. I'm doing an energetic forecast, an energetic look ahead for the elemental signs, and this will be for our earth signs. So if you are a Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus placement, this message will be for you. As always, no need to claim any of this because it's just energy. And so we're going to just do a quick little look ahead. As always, we're going to do 2 decks on top of each other. So I have one down. We'll start with our second now. And then I'll start looking. It's been a very crazy, hectic July, so I apologize for my disappearance. And also, I'm human too, which means if you feel like you've been going through it, chances are we are too. Sometimes people get caught up and forget that, like, readers, witches, whatever, we're fucking humans too. And I gave a reading to someone the other night. They were like, you always have it together. Oh, I love when there's a sneaker. They said, you know, you always seem to have it together. I'm like, fucking what? So maybe I just need to inform you guys, we're human too. All right. This is our earth signs, okay. So essentially, we're starting off strong with ancestral healing, but it's getting good. It's starting to get better. It's gonna start to get easier, I think, this week. I don't think it's gotten easier yet, but it's gonna start to get easier soon. Right now, you're doing a lot of, you're doing a lot of rewriting of you're doing a lot of lack mentality rewriting. Like, there's a quote from The Sopranos where Tony Soprano described his mother as this woman wandering around with a Virginia ham under her arm crying she ain't got no bread to eat it with. And it's like, that's what your ancestors used to do. You know, I do think it comes from a place of survival. I honestly do. But I think people just got so caught up in their lives being so hard that there was no capacity for joy that was passed down. And I think you're someone who has been born with a great capacity for joy, but no one taught you how to fucking get it yet. So you're doing a good job. So you're doing a lot of rewriting of that. I'm very happy for you. I'm giggling because it's frustrating to look at you and be like, hey, I know you're super logical, so now you got to get creative. And that's been your beef. So to look at someone who's so logical and say you just need to get creative, that's how you're going to get through this block. I'm sorry, but that is how you're going to get through this block. But it doesn't have to be like painting or singing. Honestly, singing along in a car is good enough. It's like you just have to figure out where to meet yourself. That's where I think the biggest problem is for you guys. You struggle with finding out how to make things work for you. And that makes a lot of sense if you come from ancestral people pleasers, you know, but you're now at this part of your healing where you do get to decide what certain words mean to you. So creative could mean cooking. It could mean literally fucking anything. So figure out, like, literally sit down and Google how can I be creative? People have gone through this before. They'll be able to help you. And I know you've been currently feeling like you're playing without a full deck, right? I feel like you've been missing a few cards maybe. You know what I'm saying? You feel like you've been not seeing a full picture. That's been accurate, and things have been being withheld from you, but not in a deceitful way, more along the lines of like a leveling up kind of way. I think you're about to enter into either some money or some new opportunities where you just needed to have a whole different perspective. I think you've done a great job building your gratitude. Now I think it's time to work on the self-worth. You know, like, yeah, you do have a lot to be grateful for, but that's because you're a good person and you deserve these things. You know? So now you just gotta do the second part. I say it like it's easy. I know it's not. So I don't mean to be like, no, you just gotta do that. But like, no, you just gotta do that. Let me have one more. Fuck me. Hold on. One more. Just one more. Damn. Okay. Then why didn't you just give a Tower card? Okay. I think you guys have been going through a real rough moment of choosing yourself. And I think that has caused some true despair, some true anxiety, some true, just, as I said, despair, like lack, like not even like a fumble, not even a trip, not even a stumble. Like, I feel like you fell flat on your face. And there's nothing else to go with that other than I'm so sorry. And I think it's been kind of quick, but I think you were stuck not choosing yourself. And Spirit really is like, we're going to show you what's going to look like if you don't. And I'm sorry, that can be really difficult. I do think this is going to be a challenging week in a good way, though. I think it's going to be, it feels like there's going to be a lot of quick movement when it comes to healing, a lot of quick movement when it comes to triggers, but I think you're going to respond a lot different. And I think that's where the good is going to come in. So I think like you're probably, like I said, you're going to get triggered by something, but I think you'll respond differently. It's going to happen 3 or 4 times before you catch on. You're like, oh shit, that's different. 555 as I say that. So we love that for us. We get to our sneaker card. I love it. There's a little sneaker in here. So the first card that came out was Man Holding a Coin in reverse. And then the sneaker card was Angel of Strength on top of it, on top of Ascended Masters in reverse. When this comes in, this means that we're talking with a collective type deal. So it's very interesting that I'm reading for a collective. I think we're all going to go through this period this week of, yeah, I just heard a literal lion roar. I know that the Aquarius full moon is coming up, and the sister sign is Leo. We're in Leo season. So that would make sense to me. So the key to these fumbles, these stumbles is this is now your opportunity from whatever you believe in to assert yourself. You know, thank you for giving me the opportunity to present myself as different. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to show up differently. Thank you to prove to everyone that I can change. That's what I think a lot of this is. And fucking A, you can change and you have changed. I'm so proud of you. This is amazing. This fucking Venus retrograde too. I just did a reading on Instagram for like the collective, because I think the directive this next week especially is going to be a lot of heart-centered action. I know a lot of the healers or the people, like the metaphysical people, I know that we've been getting called to work on our heart chakra for like the last 6 months or so. And I think it's to prepare us for this. But I think we're also going to be in this really tense period, like not just the earth signs. I think this is going to be for everybody, but we're all going to be in this tense period of really needing to choose ourselves, really needing to be good with our boundaries, really needing to honor ourselves, because yeah, I just saw someone throw like a life ring, whatever those fucking things are called, life preserver, and someone's arm was like falling through it. So it's like, those energies around you that aren't healed, those people around you that aren't healed, they will pull you back down. So I think this is just, be aware of that. You know, we get so afraid just as people about, you know, when these difficult cards show up, but it can really just be as simple as like choosing yourself, because spirit is going to show you that other people will suck you back down, you know, and that's not fair to you. So let's do one quick final check-in for any words of wisdom, any words of wisdom, words of encouragement, kindness for our earth signs, please and thank you. Okay. Happy family and man holding a heart at the bottom. So that's always like masculine energy. This doesn't mean man and woman. It's masculine energy. Bro, I said words of encouragement. Just need my 4 clarifiers. It's going to be heart-centered. Yay. Okay. So, yeah, it's interesting. The lotus flower, which is what I'm seeing right now, represents inner peace. At least that's what I've come to associate as. When you get readings from people, please recognize that like we all have our own languages that we've had to learn. So discern when you get readings from people. That's all I can say. Please discern. Meditate on your heart center. Wear green. There's not a whole lot I can give you, not a whole lot of encouragement I can give you, other than there are ways you can make this next week easy on yourself when it comes to the heart center. Try to practice unconditional love for yourself and other people around you. Try and practice maybe, yeah, honestly, maybe do one good thing a day for a stranger. Try that. Like that, honestly, that might be good enough to keep you like in a good enough headspace. But make a plan, because like I said, this is going to happen. It's going to be all about the not even just romance. I think just heart-centered in general. Unconditional love for yourself and everyone around you. One more on this one. Okay. There has been a real big period and a real big highlight on masculine energy and how it shows up in romance and like love and stuff like that. That's been a real big thing for a lot of people the last couple of weeks. A lot of my clients and stuff. It's been a lot of, you know, their counterparts kind of trying to come in. That's going to get better. That definitely is going to at least slow a little bit. It feels like a lot of people are starting to, that's interesting. I'm seeing automatic locks go into place and like click. So things are going to start to move into alignment. You're not going to have to do too much. 1101, as I say it, you're not going to have to do too much. I think just be aware. And I think honestly, if you walk into next week or this week, whenever you watch this, with the knowing that like you might be a little bit tested in the heart center, and like maybe try and center your day around like making sure you're in a good space, like energetic hygiene, like keep that shit up. Your joy and the best partner you can be is one to yourself, number one. And the joy you have and the authenticity you have, that's what makes you you, and that's what makes you a good partner, and that's what makes you attractive to people. So please don't fucking mask yourself. We don't do that anymore. It's exhausting. So stop that. Self-value or physical value? Awesome. There's gonna be an influx in money and self-worth. So this next week is gonna be a lot of kind of comeuppance when it comes to self-worth. So I think there's been a lot of work on that, a lot of direction, a lot of highlight on like paying attention to what serves you, what doesn't. You're going to start to see a little bit of reward with that one. That makes me very happy. And I think it's because there's been so much heartbreak. It's really hard. Awesome. It is tied into your intuition. It is going to get better. I think you just have to acknowledge your pain. And that's hard to do. And please let me tell you one thing, because I'm also think I'm speaking to a collective that when we are healing our ancestral trauma, that means you're healing. Like maybe someone has never told you, but healing your trauma and healing your pain, like pain that other people caused you, that's not victimizing yourself. I have a very strong feeling that you were never taught that it's okay to honor yourself. And that makes me want to, for some reason, I think there's like, and I think this is with the earth sign too. There's a masculine energy that is responsible for a lot of your ancestral shit. And in real life, in my day-to-day life, that's the type of energy that like, I have no patience for it. I can't deal with it. So if this resonates with you, if that was like a grandfather that like taught you fear and taught you, fucking how to hide, I'm sorry. It's very unfortunate. So essentially for our earth signs, it's gonna be a bumpy ride, but without the divots, the lows, the highs. It's not going to be as big as like you're even anticipating either. That's why I need to tell you, because I keep seeing the crystal green aventurine, and that is total heart center. So when I get glimpses like that, like of something, a smaller, like kind of offering from spirit, like when my spirit guides show me something like that, it can be as simple as protecting yourself by carrying a crystal. Like even just carrying a rock around with you can probably make you feel a lot safer. So if you have any questions, reach out to me. The rewards are coming. You've worked so hard. Just don't give up on yourself now. I love you.